final court documents containing names and salacious information on Epstein cronies to be unsealed. And people are wondering, will Bill Clinton name be in that? Will he be mentioned? I doubt it. We all know the Clintons have get out of jail free cards, so they're gonna protect the Clintons. And I talked about Epstein way back in, gosh, 2012, I think it was maybe. And people were saying it was a conspiracy theory. There's no way this is really happening. And the guy got sentenced to only 18 months the first time in jail, and they allow him to leave the jail and go to his office to quote unquote work, which is ridiculous. Someone who has charges like he did, and he only did 18 months, mind you, the first go around. The only reason he got locked up the second go around because it was a big uproar, and rightfully so. Again, I was one of the first people to talk about this, and they tried to say it was conspiracy theory. None of this stuff is real, and now look what's happening. I can't wait for these final court documents to come out. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store where I have I Will Not Comply t-shirts, so check those out as well. All right, let's talk about this news. Looks like we may finally get at some real answers regarding Epstein cronies. The Daily Mail reported Friday that the last batch of Epstein court documents will finally be released 4 years after the evil financier's highly suspicious death. Again, I think he was either murdered or some way got him out. He probably was murdered. The documents, which will be made public in a few months, include information on at least one major public individual. The paper does not elaborate whether this person has already been named or is completely new. And so the Daily Mail reported the final batch of court documents containing salacious allegations related to 167 of Jeffrey Epstein's associates, victims, and employees will finally be unsealed nearly 4 years after the disgraced financier's death. The material will be made public in the coming months, and DailyMail.com can reveal is expected to include information pertaining to at least one public figure. Why? I mean, I don't understand what took them so long in the first place to release this information, unless they were protecting people. That's what I believe, of course. But the documents refer to alleged perpetrators or individuals accused of quote serious wrongdoing, as well as law enforcement officers and prosecutors, according to a declaration filed on Wednesday. Prince Andrew, who is accused of having sex with Epstein victim Virginia Roberts when she was 17, and Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz are understood to be among the individuals mentioned in the papers. Now, I think Virginia Roberts dropped the charges or dropped the stuff against Alan Dershowitz. I think she might have been claiming she got the wrong person or something like that. I can't really remember the specifics on that. Other high-profile men who have been associated with the pedophile include Bill Gates and Bill Clinton, though it's unclear if they will be mentioned. And Bill Gates is a despicable person. That's one of the reasons why his wife left him, is because of his connection with Epstein. She said Epstein was really creepy. She wouldn't get into too much specifics, but that's one of the reasons why she left Bill, is because his association with the disgusting Epstein. The documents represent the last of the sealed material to be made public as part of a years-long process that has been rumbling through federal court in New York since before Epstein apparently killed himself. Yeah, right. In 2019, while awaiting trial for sex trafficking charges. The material was first filed in a defamation case brought by Roberts in 2015 against Ghislaine Maxwell, who is now serving 20 years in prison for sex trafficking and recruiting minors for Epstein. The lawsuit was settled under seal in 2017, but the case material has since been gradually released in batches after numerous requests from media organizations. It's just despicable in the first place that they would seal these documents. It should have been made public. People have a right to know, and they covered it up. So it lets you know that some people very powerful are in these documents. The remaining documents are now set to be released after dozens of John or Jane Does mentioned in the papers did not object to their names being made public, which DailyMail.com understands includes the Duke of York. Now, the court documents deserve to be regarded with great suspicion if Slick Willie Clinton is not mentioned, because everyone knows the ties with the Clintons and Epstein. They've been hanging out for years. He's been on several flights. So let's talk about it a little bit. Epstein reportedly visited the Oval Office when Clinton was president at least 17 times. 17 times with the president of the free world. This disgusting guy went to the office 17 times. Think about how powerful how powerful that be. You have the ear. How powerful you are if you have the ear of the United States and you literally visit him 17 times while he was in office. I don't even visit my friends 17 times in that's just crazy. But Clinton flew on Epstein's infamous Lolita Express multiple times. We got the documents to show it. And a witness said Clinton not only spent time on Epstein Pedophile Island with Epstein and his procurer Ghislaine Maxwell, but there were also two young girls present at the time. Clinton was photographed with his arm around one of Epstein's sex slaves and getting a shoulder massage from another. I mean, we got the receipts, we got the pictures. You can Google it for yourself. I should have posted some of these pictures myself. But he even reportedly had an affair with Maxwell. Slick Willie himself cryptically mentioned just 2 months ago, quote, "The evidence is clear regarding his association with the convicted pedophile." The evidence is clear from our standpoint that you were with Epstein, you hung out with Epstein, you more than likely partook in some of the illegal stuff that went down with Epstein. The evidence appears overwhelming indeed, and will the public learn the full truth from the new documents? And you best believe I'm going to cover it as soon as these documents come out. But let me know what you think about all this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out themarkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.